Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel, and happy October. I am so excited to be back on here with you guys to plan for October. So this is going to be a monthly reset video. If you guys are not familiar with my monthly reset videos, we're going to be doing all the things. I'm actually switching it up this time from the past two monthly reset videos I've filmed for you guys, but what we usually do on here is plan for our month, set our intentions and goals, whether they be personal, household, business, or health and wellness. I have quite a few goals to share with you guys for this month, and I also like to include my October monthly budget set up with you guys, which that will be at the end. I cannot believe that it's already October, which basically means that the year is practically over. So I thought that instead of not planning for this month, even though I am going to get this video up a little bit later than usual, I would still prep for it like if I was prepping for it before the month started, and not lose sight of my goals for the rest of the year, because although the year is technically over, it's not. There's still Q4. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I also want to mention that if you want to skip to any part of this video, timestamps will be linked down below for your convenience. I am first going to show you guys my planning for the month, what we have going on. I know I typically come on here and show you guys me laying down my stickers, but I think I'm doing something different with short form content. So you guys will probably see me setting up my October monthly spread on Reels, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. I'm trying to implement more of that in my content. I know right now I'm filming a lot of long form content for my YouTube channel, but I want to also get out short form content. So definitely be on the lookout for that and show it some love if it ends up on your page. Before the month starts, I typically like to set up a calendar, and I have quite a few here with me. For my monthly planner, I use this notepad from Cloth and Paper, as well as I have a wall calendar that I like to put in our home office. I will go ahead and link everything down below. I like to do this for myself prior to the month starting, and then I like to put whatever I put in here into that wall calendar so that my husband Victor and I have like an overview of what's going on in the month, just because he doesn't really see this notepad, but he will definitely see the wall calendar. And then I also like to fill out the monthly spread in my Erin Condren life planner. This is the planner that I use to film all of my plan with me. So if you guys are not familiar with what I'm talking about, definitely check out my channel and you will see my decorative but yet still functional planning that I do here in my life planner. I absolutely love the Erin Condren life planner. I have been using it for years, so I cannot recommend it enough. I do have a $10 referral discount code for you guys to get $10 off your first Erin Condren purchase, so that will also be in the description box. We're not going to be setting this up, but I will show you guys our plans for this month because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of appointments for myself. If you guys don't know, I'm also pregnant. I'm turning 24 weeks pregnant this month, so I have a lot of appointments. My son Vito has his 15-month appointment as well, and our online jewelry store Rossa Jewels turns 1 year, which I honestly cannot believe it. We just have a lot going on. So let me show you guys what I have in my little notepad here. So this is a notepad a little zoomed in. And as you guys can see, I already have pretty much everything wrote in for this month. So we have December new releases from my sticker shop, Romina.rossa, on the 4th, which I'm filming this right after these have gone up. So definitely check out the stickers if you guys are interested in those for the month of December. Then I have a few appointments. I have a breast ultrasound actually on the 10th, which I feel like this is something super important to get annual checkups. So yeah, I have one of these on the 10th, and then I have an ultrasound appointment and an OB appointment on the 18th. So this is going to be a very long day, I fear. On the 18th, I have a birthday on the 11th. On the 13th, I have a pop-up for our jewelry business, Rossa Jewels, which funny enough, our 1 year is actually on the 13th. So that's, I think, just crazy that we have a pop-up that day. And our 1 year sale will be on the 14th. So definitely check us out at Rosa Jewels on Instagram, because that will be where all of the information about the sale will be. I'm still not sure if it's going to be like a one-day thing or maybe like a few days type of thing, but definitely follow us on there if you're interested in gold filled jewelry. That is what we offer on there, as well as sterling silver. On the 19th, I turned 24 weeks pregnant. I can't believe it, but also I can't wait to not be pregnant. But that's another story. Now on the 20th, I wanted to put this soccer game between Chelsea and Liverpool because Victor's actually going to be out during the time of the game. I think he's going to go to something with his brothers. So that's something that I definitely wanted to put, although it really has nothing to do with me. These are things that obviously we both have going on and will be going up in the wall calendar in our office. So I wanted to include that. Then Vito has his 15-month appointment on the 21st. Then the last release that I have for October is my 2025 releases. This is for my sticker shop, and this I have an idea of maybe like holiday stickers that I want to release for 2025, as well as cash envelopes, savings challenges for the beginning of the year. I kind of just want to have all of that out by the end of this month. And of course, with me giving birth next year, I want to do things as soon as possible. Definitely be on the lookout for that if you're interested in savings challenges and other things for the new year. So that is pretty much what is going to go up on the wall calendar as well, which I just use one from Target, which I will leave a link down below. And I honestly really like it. If you guys have seen my past videos, you guys know how that looks. Then on the side here, it does have a section for tasks for the month and important dates, and usually I will put like birthdays, appointments in here, and just write them down so I have more of a clear view as to what comes first. It's just two different ways of seeing it from here onto here. And then for tasks, these are things that I need to focus on. So whether it be my releases, in the past I've put videos I need to film, but now for this month I'm actually going to show you guys the social media content calendar that I've also set up in this notepad, which is on the next page. I typically set this up on this notepad, and I have had content planners in the past. This is just kind of what's been working for me, and this is my first time showing you guys how it looks. So I just put social media calendar on top, the month, and I like to plan out my YouTube videos in advance for the most part. And this month I really want to make sure that I upload at least 3 times a week for YouTube. I've been doing pretty well with that. I feel like if I don't upload 3 times a week, the next week I'll end up uploading more times. For the most part, I want to make sure to get 3 videos a week. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 15 videos this month. That's what I'm kind of shooting for. In here, as you guys can see, I have YouTube. So I've already wrote out what's going to go up. So like my plan with me is always tend to go up on the same day. So Tuesdays, the first week it went up on Wednesday, it just depends. Then this video is going to go up on Monday. I have a fall days in the life video coming up later this week, and then my September budget results at the end of next week. So as you guys can see in here, I have 4 videos for the week, which is more than what I want to do, and that's perfectly fine. So I still haven't decided which videos I'm going to get up for the rest of the month, but this is essentially how it's going to look. I hope you guys can see all this and you guys can get a better idea as to how I'm going to plan my content. I'm also trying to put when I post on like Instagram Reels and TikTok. So I have TT for TikTok, of course, and IG for Instagram. Then on this side, instead of it being important dates, I'm putting important content. So I'm just putting here to make sure to post things for Rosa Jewels turning 1. And then in here, instead of tasks, I'm naming it YouTube video ideas. So I have a few fall video ideas here, and I have a lot more that I didn't end up filming for the last month. So I'll just bring those over to this month, and I'll have like an ongoing video ideas, which is very helpful, I feel like, when thinking of which content you want to get up for your channel. So yeah, this is very particular to me making content, but I just wanted to show you guys how you can use this notepad in various different ways, not only as like a personal monthly calendar. So that's what's going on in this section of my planning. That was all the planning that I wanted to get done before the month started. So I'm super happy that everything is pretty much done. I do have to go back towards the next few days and focus on really planning out my YouTube videos, which for the most part, they're very repetitive. Like these monthly reset videos always go up in the beginning of the month. So I definitely have to film that within this month. Also for my channel this month, I've been implementing more season content because I'm very much leaning into fall and how cozy it is and just trying to plan around the seasons, just making my vlogs better every time I upload a new one. So if you guys have not checked out my last 2 fall vlogs, definitely do, because I've been trying to spend a lot of time and just trying to bring better content that you guys will enjoy to watch. The next thing I want to talk about are my monthly goals, and I've been using this really cute cherries notebook to write my goals the past few months, and it's honestly my favorite thing to do, to just look at this notebook and go over my goals and making sure that I'm making the time to achieve them. So last month I want to go, I guess, over a few goals that I had set for myself. And let me just tell you guys, I have a 1-year-old, I am pregnant, I work from home, and I'm also a stay-at-home mom. So there's just a lot going on. So one thing that I'm really happy about that I did do last month was to create a self-care routine and just like dedicating 30 minutes a day to myself. And something that I've really been enjoying doing is reading, which is crazy. Last month I actually ended up reading 5 books, which if you would have told me months before that I was going to be reading 5 books a month, I would have not believed you. I've also been doing Pilates with my sister as sort of like a once a week sissy date, and that's also been really good for not only my mental health but my physical health. With, you know, the pains that come with pregnancy, I feel like Pilates has really helped me, and it just feels nice to have some time for myself after a very long week. Then I also had like business goals and household like management goals, but I did switch it up this time and I'm doing 4 different categories. So I have personal goals, health and wellness, household/family, and business. For my personal goals, number 1, I have that I want to wake up 1 hour earlier. I really want to be good at this so that way I'm awake an hour before Vito or my husband Victor are up. There have been days where I've gotten up at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., but they haven't been very consistent, usually because I tend to stay up way past my bedtime after Vito goes down. It just ends up happening that I go to sleep way too late and there's just no way that I can get up at 6 a.m. So I want to really implement that this month. Then I've been saying that I'm going to do a scrapbook for Vito's first year, and I have everything. I have like the scrapbook that I got gifted at my baby shower, and I got printed all the pictures. So now it's just about sitting down and getting to it. So I think I'm going to make that into a YouTube video. So if you're into like scrapbooking or crafting, that will be a video that will go up on my channel. It's definitely a goal of mine for this month. And then my third personal goal is to read 6 books. I'm currently reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And then the next book, I already have it here and I'm so excited about, is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I feel like this is just going to give me all the cozy vibes that I need this fall. So those are already going to be 2 out of the 6 that I want to read for this month, and I think I can do it. I read 5 last month. Hopefully I can read 6 this month. So those are my personal goals. Then for my health and wellness goals, number 1, I have that I want to work out 3 times a week. Like I mentioned, I go to Pilates once a week, but I really want to implement even Pilates at home. So I think right now I follow a few at-home Pilates like YouTube accounts. So I want to make sure to at least do 2 of those at home and maybe 1 Pilates class, and that could be my 3 times a week as a workout, because aside from Pilates, I really don't do much. And like I mentioned, I'm pregnant and I really want to get like my body moving and not have as much pain as I do. Then number 2, for health and wellness, I really want to cut down on my sugar intake. And this honestly comes from an appointment that I had for my anatomy scan. The doctor basically told me that my baby is chunky, meaning that he's weighing a little bit more than he should at this many weeks. He just told me to just maybe regulate my sugar intake, so I really want to do that this month. Ways that I'm planning on doing that are healthy snacking, because I am such a snacker and I will eat literally sweets here and there just because like I want to snack on something. Something that I did during the summer was to make these adult Lunchables and just preparing veggies like nuts, fruit. So I think I really want to do that in the beginning of the weeks, just cut up veggies and have everything prep in a little container. I actually really like the containers that I have for that. And I think that could set me up to intake less sugar. Of course, sugar isn't everything, so I feel like that's what's hard for me. And I have such a sweet tooth. It's just, I feel like, tougher for me. So if you have any suggestions for how I can lower my sugar intake, please let me know. That would be greatly appreciated. And then my third health and wellness goal is that I want to start doing a daily devotional / a gratitude practice. So whether that be doing a devotional in the mornings, maybe writing 3 things that I'm grateful for at night. I kind of want to implement those things this month in my life. Not only be grateful about stuff, but also have a closer relationship to God. I would really like to do that this month, so I wanted to include that in there. Then for our household / family goals, I have 3 as well. The first one is to have 2 to 3 outdoor family times or activities, whether they be going to the park, playing outside, going on walks. We do try to go on walks, but sometimes it is harder for us to do that. But I want to make sure to implement that at least 2 to 3 times a week, and I feel like that is very doable. Then number 2 is to plan 1 family outing per week. With the fall season, of course, here, I would love to go to like a pumpkin patch or apple picking with our son and just make that a family outing. And what a better time to do it than this month. So I definitely wanted to include that in our family goals. And then last but not least, I really want to create a toy rotation for my son. And if you're not like a toddler mom, you're probably like, what are you talking about? Essentially what a toy rotation is basically to organize his toys into different sets and rotate them weekly. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok about this, and I just feel like this is going to be great because I feel like Vito is always getting bored of the toys that he has. So I feel like if I put them away for a week and then show them to him like a week after or 2 weeks after, he'll be more interested in playing with them rather than seeing all his toys. And it's also going to be good with like organizing and having less mess in the house. So that's my third household / family goal. And then last but not least, for business goals, I want to make sure that I prep for Rossa Jewel's 1-year anniversary. Like I mentioned, we are having a sale for that. And I'm so excited because we have a lot of stuff that I haven't listed on the website. So I want to make sure to post everything, all the earrings. I'm actually wearing a few pieces from our jewelry store, and I'm super excited to list all of that there. So that's my first business goal. Then my second one is to release all the 2025 savings challenges and stickers that I have planned. Once again, just to set myself up for success for the new year, because I won't have too many months before our next baby is here. I want to make sure and get that all out before the end of this year. So make sure you stay on the lookout for that if you're interested in savings challenges for 2025, because I would rather you guys get them sooner rather than later. And then my last business goal is that I want to post 3 times a week on YouTube, so my long form content, and 4 times a week for short form content, so TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. I'm trying to be a lot better about posting those, and I think those are very doable. Those are all of my goals for this month. I'm really happy that I was able to write these down, because when you write something down, whether it be on paper or digitally on your phone, on a tablet, it really sets the tone for the type of month that you're going to have. It really just sets you up for success. So Really happy that I was able to write these down and share them with you guys, and I hope that you guys also take the time to set your intentions and your goals for this month so we can achieve them together. So now that we're done with my October monthly goals, let's move on to finances and set up my October monthly budget. So I am here to use my monthly budget printable that I offer in my shop. But let me go ahead and take this out of my binder and we'll go ahead and get started. Now this is the undated version of my monthly budget sheet, but I recently came out with my 2025 budget planner, and you can go ahead and purchase that as a whole so that you have all the sheets to be ready to budget for the whole year of 2025, or you can buy the sheets individually. So make sure you check it out if you guys are interested for the new year, or you can always get the undated version that you can use anytime, even starting now if you don't have anything to budget with. So I'm going to write out October. I'm actually not going to be using any stickers for this video. First section that we have here is our income section, and here I like to write out our different income sources. So of course we have Victor's salary job. We have my shop, Romina.rossa. We have all of our variable income. So those are things like the paycheck I get from YouTube, from AdSense, commission from affiliate links, brand deals, and selling clothes on Poshmark. And then last but not least, I always like to add in for any income that comes from Victor's side work. And those are our 4 main sources of income. Of course, with variable income, there's a few small ones all bunched up together. That is the income section. Then moving on to our variable expenses, we have things that will vary month to month. So those being categories like groceries, eating out, household items. We have gas for our cars. We have a category for baby, which I think this month I'm going to change it to babies because I have been buying some things for both of them. Then I have a category for myself for beauty, for like hair dye, any maybe makeup that I run out of or things like that. And then last but not least, I'm adding a category. We actually haven't had an allowance category in a very long time, and I don't think that we're quite there to be able to give ourselves allowances. So what I'm going to do is just add a category for hobbies, and this is going to be for both Victor and I, although I will say that it's probably more for me and my new reading hobby. But I still wanted to add it because last month, you guys will see if you watch our upcoming September budget results video that we did have a few budgeted expenses for, I think I bought like 2 books last month. And I'm not saying that I'm going to buy a ton of things or a ton of books, but I still wanted to include it in the budget so I have a good idea of how much I am spending on books. And if Victor wants to do something or get into a hobby that requires us to spend money, he can also take money out of that category. So that is our new category. And then I'm going to add our other bills that usually vary, which are natural gas, electric, water. Those are 3 bills. And then we like to have a category for gifts for any like birthdays or events coming up. And I believe we do have 1 or 2 birthdays this month, so that's for that. And then last but not least, I like to have a category for any budgeted expenses that we may not account for in this monthly budget. So that will go there in that last section there. And now I can go ahead and share with you guys what we're budgeting for these categories. For groceries, we are going to increase this from last month, especially because we're planning on, you know, having more like family come over and maybe have like a carne asada. With the holidays approaching, I love to do like holiday baking and things like that. So I am going to increase it, I think by like $30 from last month to $4.80. We did really good with eating out last month, so I am going to decrease it by like $50. So this month we are budgeting $175 for eating out. I'm hoping that we can stay at this number even with the holidays coming up. October will kind of be the trial month to see how we do with eating out and it being the holidays. But I still want to decrease it because we did pretty well last month for this category. Then for household, we are budgeting $100 again. For gas, we are lowering this amount to $180. I know last month I believe I budgeted $200 for us and we were under budget. So I think we can try $180 for this month. For babies, I am going to do $100 again. For beauty, I am decreasing this by $10 just because I've been well under budget the past few months for this. So I think $50 will be good. And for hobbies, I'm going to be budgeting $40. For our natural gas, I'm budgeting $20. For electric, $65. And for our water bill, we are budgeting or expecting it to be around $25. For gifts, I'm going to be budgeting $100 for this category. And of course, we don't budget anything for the unbudgeted category since we have that more as a placeholder to see if there's any unexpected expenses that may come up. And those are all of our variable expenses. Then moving on to our fixed expenses, we of course are going to start out with rent, which is due on the 1st of every month, and that is $18.50. We currently, if you guys are new, live in a 3-bedroom house in Southern California and we pay $18.50. Then next we have our car payment, which I am the only one that has a car payment currently, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm really excited that I'm going to be done paying my car next year and then we won't have a car payment. That makes me really excited. But for this we pay $348.06. Next we have car insurance, which is due on the 8th, and this is $129. For internet, which is due on the 4th. Should have put this in order. We pay $38.50 for Wi-Fi. Then for my student loans, the payment for this is on the 12th of every month and it is for $130.77. For my phone bill, this is due on the 21st for $53.50. I like to include our health insurance, although this automatically comes out of Victor's paychecks. I still like to include it in the budget so I have a good idea of how much we're paying for that a month. So a month, I believe it's $778.20, and that is for my husband, myself, and my baby. I mentioned last month that we were planning on changing health insurances, and I think I will go through, well, at least Vito and I will go through Covered California, and Victor will still be getting insurance through his employer because his employer pays, I believe, 75% of it. So I think it just makes more sense for us to get a different plan that will be cheaper than what we're paying right now, because I do believe that this is quite a bit to be paying for insurance. So we're going to be changing that by, I believe, November. So coming next month, this number should be changing. Then another fixed expense is haircut. And this category used to be a variable expense, but Victor didn't end up getting more than one haircut a month. Granted, this month he's going to be getting 2 because he didn't end up getting a haircut last month. So he's getting it, I believe he got it in the beginning of our pay period for October, and he will be getting it again, I think, towards the end of the pay period. So he usually pays $45 for haircuts. So This is going to be $90 for the 2 haircuts. And then last but not least, for fixed expenses, we have one for sinking funds, which, you know what? I'm going to change this from sinking funds because it's only one to Christmas. That's essentially what we are saving for. I think I'll just put Christmas SF. Christmas sinking fund. This, of course, does not have a due date, but we've been putting $125 towards this so that we have money to spend for Christmas presents coming December. And I wish I would have started this a lot sooner, but I'm happy that we at least started it last month. By the end of this month, we will have $250, and hopefully by December, we will have $500 to spend on Christmas. So that is the last category and all of our monthly expenses for October. Now I'm going to bring in my calculator and quickly just total these numbers up so that I can write in my budget for variable and fixed expenses. So for variable expenses, we have 480, 175, 100, 180, 150, 40, 20, 65, 25, and 100, which totals up to $1,335. And then for fixed expenses, we have 1850, 348.06, 129, 38.50, 130.77, 53.50, 778.20, 90, and 125. And our fixed expenses total to $3,543 with 3 cents. So in total, our expenses for the month total up to $4,878 with 3 cents. So I like to have this total section here so that once I'm done with the video, I can go ahead and write in our expected income. And towards the end of the month, once I can close out this budget, I can put our actual income and expenses, subtract the expenses from my income, and get a total. And then this box will determine where that money will go. So either towards savings, debt, or anything else that we are working towards this year. With that being said, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me to do a monthly reset. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. And I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.